Grade 11. Grade 11 poem The Laburnum Top. This poem has been penned by Ted Hughes. The poem The Laburnum Top is a beautiful poem in which the poet has used the laburnum tree and goldfinch as a symbol of life. He highlights how the life is uncertain. It is full of pleasant and unpleasant memories. In this poem, the poet also describes how the visit of goldfinch transforms the tree and makes it come alive. The poet, Ted Hughes, is a renowned poet. In his long career, he had been praised for his unprecedented best-selling volumes, such as Lupercal Crow and other selected poems that he had written in 1957 till 1981. Hughes also translated works from classical authors. Let us read his poem and see what he has observed and why does he say so. If you read the first few stanzas, you will get to know that the poet is trying to create an impression upon the readers. He highlights how the stillness of the laburnum tree makes it look lifeless. A small goldfinch comes and the tree bursts with movement and sound. This is how he states that the tree has been brought back to life by the goldfinch. The bird's family lodges in the thickness of the tree. The goldfinch enters the tree's thickness to feed the young ones and flies away. Let us read the stanza. The Lebanon top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. If you read the first few lines, you get to know that the Lebanon tree is really still and lifeless. It is quiet. The goldfinch that transforms the tree and makes it come alive is when it comes back to the tree. It perches on the top of the tree, feeds its young ones, and this is how the rustle and the chirp of the birds make the tree look lively. Once the goldfinch leaves the tree, it becomes quiet and still again. Here, the poet talks about the yellow flowers of the tree. Bright sunny day also highlight the shade of yellow. Yellowing of the leaves highlight death. So here the poet has used the color yellow to show different aspects of life. The tree seems to be dried out because all the leaves seems to have been turned to yellow and the seeds have fallen down. That shows the withering. Here in the month of September, it's a bright sunny day and everything seems to be very quiet and serene. But still, there's some kind of silence that shows that tree is lifeless. It also highlights something that is dull and inanimate. The Laburnum tree symbolizes the pattern of our life in general, which is usually dull and inanimate. The goldfinch breaks the usual pattern and makes it look lively. Without the goldfinch, the Lebanon tree is just like another tree. In other words, it is the attitude of a person towards life that makes life meaningful and worth living. In the next stanza, we read, till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement, and we learn different words here that highlight some kind of movement and sound. A suddenness, a startlement at a branch end, then sleek as a lizard, and alert and abrupt. Here in this stanza, the arrival of the goldfinch with a twitching and chirrup shows some kind of movement. There is a kind of vibration that takes place which makes the tree look lively. Here, twitching refers to a small, often involuntary movement of the body. That is the bird's movement here. Chirp is a sound made by a bird. Startlement refers to amazement. So if you refer to the words, you'll learn that some kind of movement and sound makes the tree look lively. Just then, a goldfinch alights on the laburnum tree, making short, high pitched sounds. The goldfinch has her nest in the tree, and her young ones are resting in the nest. On the mother's return, a sudden movement steers the tree. Her little ones are excited on her arrival and start chirping. The cautious mother enters the tree with great care so that no predator can come to know that her babies or young ones are housed in the nest. The poet has compared the alert, abrupt, and sleek movement of the goldfinch with that of a lizard. The goldfinch has been called the engine of her life. Just as the engine starts up the machine, her arrival in the nest has suddenly started up the silent machine that is the nest. The young ones have started chittering and making noise. She enters the thickness and a machine starts up of chitterings and of tremor of wings and drillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the engine of her family. After feeding her young ones, the goldfinch flies away, and the young ones are quiet in the nest. This shows how the presence of the bird makes the tree look beautiful and full of life. If we read further, we learn she strokes it full, then floats out to a branch end, shows her bound face, identity mask. She stoops in full, then flirts out to a branch, showing her barred face identity mask. What do we understand by this? After feeding the birds, that is the young ones, in the nest, as the bird flies away, as the goldfinch flies away, the tree seems to be still and quiet. There is no activity that is taking place. But then, what happens next? On the end of a branch of the tree, her identity concealed behind the yellow flowers and yellowing leaves makes the tree look still. Why does the poet say so? Showing her barred face identity mask refers to how her identity is concealed behind the yellow flowers and the yellowing leaves. As she launches away, means as she flies away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Then, with air, delicate, whistling chirrup, whisperings, all these lines highlight how the presence of the bird has brought back the tree to life. The young ones residing in the nest stop chirping and they are quiet. So the tree seems to be still and quiet once again. So only the presence of the bird makes it lively. Let us read the next stanza and find out what happens next. In this stanza, airy refers to something that is strange and frightening or mysterious. Infinite is the sky. Subsides to empty refers to becoming silent just as earlier, the way it was before the arrival of the bird. In short, the presence of the bird is when the tree seems to be full of life. The goldfinch makes a strange, short, high pitched sound before it flies away. And then, when the bird flies away towards the infinite sky, the the Lebanon tree becomes silent again. After the departure of the goldfinch, everything seems to be same as it was before the arrival of the goldfinch. If we read the poetry carefully, we come across certain literary devices. Mark the poetic devices as you read. The few that we can list easily are simile, metaphor, alliteration, and onomatopoeia. Refer the given poem and try to answer the textual questions given in the textbook. Read the poetry and answer the given questions.